Five, four, three, two, one. Quiet on the set. All right, quiet on the set.
I'm looking ahead and through the windshield. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Let's check it out. Right. Hey, girl, you all right? You still coughing or what? You all right? Yeah. Yeah, Rye's been acting weird. I don't know. Ran her late today. Well, there she goes. She's hacking. I don't know. I don't know what that is about. It has me concerned. But, you know, with my labs over the years, I've always been concerned. But you all right? She's looking at me. She seems to be okay. Man, we started off this morning at 5:30, 58 degrees, 5:30 a.m., 58 degrees, and it dropped off to 42 degrees by, I guess, 10 a.m. or so. But it is February 5th, 2020, and it is flowing through me. It's late in the afternoon. About 4:15 or so. Karen works till 6. So I've got to put in motion dinner. I've got to get that in motion. Like to try to have something done for Karen, you know, before she gets home. Had to run GAM. I call GAM. Barbara is my mother. I call her GAM just because grandkids, my daughter, Molly, and the boys, my nephews, have always referred to her as GAM. So sometimes I say GAM, but had to get GAM to the hospital, 7 a.m. or so. She had to get her blood checked. And after her blood checked, she went on over to have a outpatient procedure in the building next. So I've been going go. Very gray day here, spitting some rain early, and it's kind of spitting some rain now. I ran Ryan to Duker. We left a little Bo. We left him home today. Got some messages coming in. I'm sorry about the beeps and the bells and the dings. But yeah, ran her in between the raindrops. I don't know why she's coughing. She's hacking and coughing. I don't know why. G. Offwood, Jeff Wood, PEI, happy birthday to you. He was just here, and, man, I suck. Because Karen even said right after he left, she's like, Jeff with a J. It's his birthday in a few days, so we missed that. So, Jeff with a G, happy birthday to you. I'm very sorry that we missed that. So, that's my bad. I don't know, man. Lots of things going on in my mind, and I do apologize for that. But my Crown Black salute. My Crown Black is looking a little bit weak. Mm-hmm. But the outside of the glass is icy, and I love that. I love it when that happens. It means it is super cold. I do drink. I'm looking up high in the Pitboss war room at a old Rip Van Winkle, a Pappy, 10-year, unopened, and I do drink that neat. Karen drinks all her bourbons and whiskeys neat. I still like the best of ice with my whiskeys. A bourbon I do go neat, but with whiskey, especially the Crown Black, I do like the ice. All right, so look, I've got to get back on topic. I've got to get back on track because it is flowing. It's flowing through me. I've told Karen this ever since she's met me. Sometimes I would just say, love, it is flowing through me today, and it is flowing through me this afternoon. So, woo! Since the season, I still haven't slept in yet. I'm not sure that I'm going to, honestly. Maybe I will, but I don't think it's going to happen in the next few days for sure. Brian Wetcher, Wetch Co-Signs, had a delivery this afternoon of 144 pieces. 66 Pitboss XX black short sleeve t-shirts. An awesome design, Brian. It was all Brian's work, not mine. I did tell him I wanted it done, but he went on his own feelings and own thoughts and design skills with a Z to do it. And 78 or so of my traditional Pitboss hooded sweatshirts. Plus, man, he put in a whole bunch of Pitboss XX decals, which Brian Wetchco signs. Thank you very much, because you outdid yourself, sir. Thank you very much. Ooh. All right, February, Wednesday, the 5th. What I want to talk about real quick is not a year in review, but the year that is up and coming, because I've been told before, guys don't look in the mirror, in the rearview mirror. They look out the windshield. They don't look in the rearview mirror. They look out the windshield. So I'm looking out the windshield. I can look out the side mirrors for sure and know what the season was. But I am looking forward through the windshield and through the rest of February. It's a short month. Not a whole lot going on, except to say, had some very good talks, phone calls, text messages, no emails, just text messages, which turned into phone calls with our good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Chicky, Nikki, Cody, David from Molly's, Kyle, Dylan. I'm sure I'm missing somebody else up there. But all our good friends at Molly's Place in Kennedyville, Maryland, on the Upper Eastern Shore, the famed Eastern Shore of Maryland. Good talks with them. Our good friends at Drake Waterfowl, as well as Rite and Rite USA, or I should say Rite USA, tongue twister, and or straight up Rite, as well as Federal Ammunition. But really nothing to talk about in February. So I have the calendar pulled up on the computer. Hold a second. Oops, losing some papers over here. That's all right. The war room is very, very small. It really is. I'm looking up at the ceiling to say maybe it's like 6 by 10, maybe. And yes, I will admit the war room is basically a walk-in closet, but I love the war room. It's messy. Karen probably shakes her head every evening. If I'm up here when she gets home, she walks up, I'm sure she shakes her head. But anyway, I love the war room. Where am I at? The calendar. Not a whole lot going on in February. So let's scroll on up into March. So I was going to say March, it generally gets warm, but I tell you what, it's been warm here. It was 60, 61 on Monday, 62 on Wednesday. This morning it was Wednesday. The temperature dropped off, but they say it's going to be 61 tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow, but it's going to be 61 tomorrow. I don't think there's not a whole lot going on. Whoa. Let's rewind. This Saturday in February, the 8th, Youth Day Waterfowl. Jack and Jill Outdoors, Jack Flower, as well as Brody Bushnell. We're going to try a bucket list bird for them. It's only a 2-bird limit. It's a bucket list bird of Brant. So we're going to use the Core Sound 2-man layout boat along with the world's largest duck boat, which I guess is going to be the world's largest Brant boat. But anyway, their dads are going to be along. Put them in the layout boat, and hopefully they shoot their Brant this Saturday. So, bucket list birds for them. So that does end February. March, I'm looking. 23rd, 24th. Lewis Lau, who is one of our winners of the Pitboss XX contest. We're going to head up with him. I'm not sure if Karen's going or not. I'm going. Drive up to the Finger Lakes, New York State. And if anybody knows me well, they know that I spent quite a few years up in that region and area, which I don't anymore, but I did. I would spend lots and lots of time up there, which maybe is a topic later. Yeah, actually, you know what? It would be good. It would be good to kind of cool to revisit all those years from like 2005 to 2010. So I did spend a lot of time well, at least, you know what? Not in the Finger Lakes. I did not spend time, but Rochester, New York, and I did drive past on Route 390, past the Finger Lakes. But 23, 24, foul exposure. We're going to go up and shoot, or at least I'm going to go up and shoot some snow geese. Hopefully I I will have the new video camera, and we'll break it in up there. So March, I think that's all. Oh my goodness, Coots. Oh my goodness, a tear in my eye. Ooh. March 26th is Coots' birthday. 15 years ago. That's crazy how time flies. April 1st, April 3rd is my daughter, Molly. Molly, happy birthday. Oh my goodness, it says it'll be her 29th birthday. That is crazy. Not crazy she's 29, but crazy how time flies. I'm going to rewind 1 second. I'm all over the place. I do have intentions of joining the gym. I do have to shed a few pounds for many, many different reasons. Number one, the reason is for health. So we go back to February. So I think after I get through this weekend, February 8th is a Saturday. I think on the 10th, February 10th, I'm going to join the gym. And hopefully Karen will join in with me on that. So shouldn't have to. I'm not saying anything's wrong, but if she would like to, I would very much like her to do that. So, all right, so back into April, Molly's birthday, my daughter, my loving daughter. And April's going to be a big month for me. Late March and April's going to be a big month for me to carving decoys. Because once we scroll into May, first off, my birthday's on the 4th, that Monday. But May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is the Havre de Grace Decoy Show, which back in the day it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now it's only Saturday and Sunday. But I'll take a deep breath. It is truly an honor for the Havre de Grace Decoy Museum to ask me to be the honorary chairman. So back in the 90s when I went to the show, man, I was younger, much younger, but I truly looked forward to see who the honorary chairman was and to at the very least to get to spend some time. And they had a whole autograph session with all the past honorary chairmans. The U.S. Postal Service was there. They put a duck stamp on, not the duck stamp, but usually a normal wood duck stamp on. They'd cancel it in the Decoy Museum's guide and brochure, which used to be a little book. Now they don't do the little book anymore, booklet. It's just the Decoy Museum's quarterly magazine. So regardless of all that, I'm really looking forward. It's an honor. Havre de Grace Decoy Museum, thank you very much for thinking of me. I hope that I do my best. I will do my best, but I hope for them that they see it as my best effort to promote the Havre de Grace Decoy Museum's May Decoy Show, which has always been their biggest fundraiser of the year. Used to be on the board of the Havre de Grace Decoy Museum back in the day before I moved. But May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're halfway close to Havre de Grace, Maryland, I don't want to say I'm pleading to you because I don't want to plead to anybody. But I would say to you, if you're halfway close, please make the journey to Havre de Grace. Come enjoy the Decoy Show. Come enjoy the Decoy Museum. And if you do make it, please stop and say hello. Karen and I are going to have a little, a reception, I guess, on Saturday night, May 2nd, at the Havre de Grace Decoy Museum. So if you're halfway close, please stop by. DecoyMuseum.com. DecoyMuseum.com. My birthday's on the 4th. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo. Ooh. Enough said there. Karen and I do love margaritas when we're not doing the whiskey and the bourbon and bourbon and whiskeys. Let's see. We move on. May 15, 16, 17. Retail USA is having a special shoot in Nashville, Tennessee, which I plan on being a part of. So I will be in Nashville, Tennessee, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 15, 16, 17. Again, more to come on that. If you're halfway close to Nashville, you need to stop by and check us out and say hello. Oh, Thursday, May 21st is Patrick Vincenti's, it says 66th birthday. So, Pat, happy birthday to you. Surf Scooter's birthday is the next day, May 22nd. It doesn't say Doesn't say how many years old he is. He also shares a birthday with my father. Interesting. All right, into June. June. I don't see a whole lot happening in June. Raleigh McHugh's birthday is June. Monday, June 22nd. June. I guess we'll be doing some fishing. Because I don't really see anything at the moment on the horizon in June. Once we get into July, of course, Independence Day, July 4th, that's Saturday. It's always a busy week here. Busy people. Again, nothing a whole lot going on in July except for fishing. And then we get to the end of July. I've got down on my count, I got July 30th, 31st, August 1st, and 2nd, and 3rd. So, the 30th, 31st, 1st, and 2nd, 3rd of August. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're going to be judging. Again, another honor to be asked to judge the SRS Super Retriever Series. We're headed to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm going to also try to make a visit to Federal Ammunition in there. So we'll see how that all works out. I hope it does work out. But again, Thursday, Friday, 31st of July, and then Saturday, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, Sunday, Monday of August in Minneapolis. Later that week on Friday, what's the 7th, Tom Matus and Dominic Martin Jr.'s birthday. Happy birthday, guys. Later in the month, Karen's mother, my stepmother's birthday, Karen's sister's birthday, Rye's birthday. Rye's birthday's in there late month. Scott Moody's birthday's late in the month. That's August. September. Looking in September. Nothing on the calendar. Well, I should say not a whole lot going on the calendar. We get into October. We're going back to PEI this year, and I'm not sure exactly when. Karen and myself's wedding anniversary is on the 28th. Is it the 28th? Man, I thought it was the 17th. I always joke around about that with her. But anyway, somewhere in, let's say, October 18th to, I have on the calendar, October 18th and November 2nd. That's a pretty big, that's a little over 2 weeks. I have down that we are going to be in PEI, Canada. Prince, I say PEI like everybody should know it. PEI stands for Prince Edward Island. So if you drove up to the northeast United States, you go into Maine. You cross the border in New Brunswick. You might have to drive in Nova Scotia. We don't. And we get across the Northumberland Strait, the Confederation Bridge, on to PEI. So we're going to PEI. Yeah, somewhere October 18th to, I have down to November 1st. I don't know. November 2nd. November 2nd is a Monday. That following Saturday, November 7th, is when my sea duck hunting season starts. And I have all kinds of guys' names down on the calendar. I really do. Actually, I'm looking from the paper calendar to the computer calendar. I need to add a few more. But, we get to the end of the year, New Year's Eve. Actually, I should say Thanksgiving. We get through Christmas, and then New Year's Eve. Then we get to January 2020. And the big trip that we're going to do. Karen is very excited about this. We are going to St. Paul Island, Alaska, via Anchorage to St. Paul back to Anchorage, and then home. I'm going to go to shoot a king eider. You know, I don't want to say I don't want to shoot a harlequin, but a harlequin's not that big on my list, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I've shot. First harlequin was with John and Jason Otto in the state of Washington. And I have been on St. Paul Island before, about 10 years ago, where I did shoot harlequin and king eider. My king eider did not have, I only shot one drake, did not have a big load. We had a very poor trip that year for whatever reason. I can't tell you why, but we had a very poor trip. So we're going to go revisit St. Paul Island, and I'm excited about it because besides and beyond shooting the king of kings, the king eider, taking my 3.5-inch retail along with us. Besides shooting that king eider, I just want to document. I want to document the travel to get there, explain to everybody. So this is the second time going, so I kind of have a little bit of an idea. Some airlines have changed. Some things have changed. Time has passed, but I still have an idea about how we get there, how we get out on the island, and the process and the procedure out on the island and then getting home. But I really want to document and share through video, through social media video, as well as YouTube videos. You know what? I need to bump up my Vimeo account. I don't post anything on Vimeo anymore. Interesting. But anyway, YouTube videos I just want to document what is really out there. And when I was up there 10 years ago, all we did was we filmed and we recorded everything. And I've seen the videos since the ones when we were up there. And I just think, I'm not saying, well, first off, when I was up there, it wasn't my video, it was somebody else's video. I was in front of the camera and someone else edited it. So, I don't say that I won't say that I didn't have a say in what should be shown, but it wasn't 100% from my mind and my perspective, my style. How about? Not that I have much style, but I definitely have a goofiness to my videos, I think. And I've watched everyone else's videos that have been up there since we were up there. And I just all think they kind of lack just a little bit something. And I want to try to share with you the things that I feel the other videos lack. That's all. So, super excited about doing that. We get home, and my season here in Maryland goes to January 30th. So, it's been busy. February 5th? Yep, February 5th. I'm like 24 days booked next year already. I'm very fortunate. Thank you all very much. I'm hoping next year the weather will cooperate and be much more winter-like when everyone is here. But all that said, okay, so it's flowing through me. 7 boxes showed up. I guess I already talked about that, didn't I? But anyway, the hooded sweatshirts are awesome. I love my hooded sweatshirts. People seem to enjoy them, as well as the Pitboss XX Brian Wetchko signs. He did an awesome job on the Pitboss XX t-shirts. So anyway, just on Amazon, ordered my shipping bags, and those things will be up and available very, very shortly. So I'm a little bit scattered today. I know it is. I guess it's adrenaline. It just flows through me. I have my mind races, and I just want to do 22 things at once, where I can only do about like a half a thing at once. But I think that I can do 22 things at once. And but anyway, I appreciate you following along with us. Like I always say, I do appreciate you following along with us. Thank you very much. And man, I just look forward to a little bit of time passing so we can get into some of this fun stuff. Once we get past Youth Day, I'm going to start carving again. I've been tearing down the decoys from this year. The Scoter decoys, man, the Scoter Zilla, they seem like they weigh about 32 pounds each. So we need to break those down and get them to start to dry out. I got to be honest with you, I'm really not sure what direction I want to go this year for decoys. Scoter Zilla will be in play, but I may put together a big rig of the smaller decoys. Again, you can call me what you want to call me. Call me weak. Call me Willie. Call me whatever. But, man, the Scoter decoys, especially at the end of the season being wet, man, they were heavy, and I really felt like I had worked just from physically pulling the decoy lines in and putting the Scoter Zillas back into the Dakota 6-slotted goose floated padded bags. I love those. I love Dakota bags. But yeah, I'm not really sure which way I'm going with the Scoter decoys for next year. But we need to start carving. So carving is next atop the list. We got to get Rye whipped into shape a little bit because Karen's going to run her in some AKC hunt tests. And we may catch. We are going to catch. We're going to start casting for some striper. So little maintenance on the world's largest duck boat. Oil change, lower end unit, fluid gear oil. And I'm ready to start doing some fishing. So here's just a wild thing. You know, I don't know that it'll work out, but I want to try to catch. I would love it to be a bluefin, but I really want to catch a tuna out of the world's largest duck boat. And each day that I've hunted, I've sat there when things are slower with the milder weather, and I thought about fishing, and I thought, I want to catch it. Yellowfin would be great too, but I want to get out there early and try to see if we can't catch a bluefin tuna from the world's largest duck boat, or on probably sterling tackle. The Crazy 8s, the Crazy 8 line, as well as the Crazy 6 wide tracker bar. So I guess that's about it, because now, even though I've been rambling, I truly feel like I'm going to start just to ramble. So once again, I will end this. I started to. We appreciate you following along with us. Thank you very much. And comments, questions, whatever, I'm easy to get a hold of. Please text me, email me, message me, however you like, and I will do my very best to answer. So again, truly and sincerely, thank you for following along. And as always, thinking of you, we are. Wait a minute. Whoop, I just grabbed a whole bunch of papers too. That wasn't good. Woo! Boom!